let's learn about advanced search techniques for finding articles in library databases. If you haven't watched the first video on finding articles within databases, please go watch that one first. We're going to pick up where we left off from that video with our search on sleep deprivation in college students. And here we have our initial results list. Now on the left, there are a number of ways you can narrow down results after you've made a search. One of the most commonly ones is to narrow down by source type. Often you want scholarly, also known as peer-reviewed journals for your research. And if you've already made your search, just click on scholarly journals and it will reduce it to just those journals with the little hats beside of them. You can also narrow down quite easily by publication date by using the date slider here to get to your desired dates. This can be very helpful if, say, you need articles written within the last 5 years. You can also enter a specific date range. There are a number of other things on the left that will let you narrow down after you make your search, but it's a lot easier if we do all this up front in the first place. And the way to do that is through the advanced search. This gives us a lot of options. The peer-reviewed checkbox will limit your search to peer-reviewed or scholarly journals right up front. If you're last minute and you need only things that are in full text, that checkbox is there for you too. The publication date limiter gives you all sorts of built-in options, or you can enter specific date ranges as needed. You can go by source type, so for example, again, just scholarly journals down here. Document type, if say you're looking for a bibliography or a particular type of article, you can do that there. And you can narrow it down to either English or your language of choice. You can determine how your results are sorted, whether it's relevance, which is the most relevant first, or you could do most recent first if you're looking for the newest articles on a subject. But up here is where you can have fun and really construct a complicated search. To the right, you can search for particular publication titles, for authors, for document titles, or anything like that. Anywhere except full text will search exactly where it says, and if you tell it document text, it will actually search within the full text of the document. I wouldn't recommend this unless you're searching for something fairly obscure that's not going to show up in a title or an abstract. You can also come up with a fairly complicated search through Boolean searching, also known as and, or not. We initially did a Boolean search when we did our search for sleep deprivation and college students. I could have also constructed that this way. If I want to make sure that it finds the phrase sleep deprivation instead of just both words, I can put it in quotes. But I can also use the and, or not to construct different types of searches. So say I'm not sure whether I should be searching for sleep deprivation or sleep loss. I could tell it sleep deprivation or sleep loss. And then I can throw in the and college students. Now what if I'm coming up with a lot of articles about sleep apnea and I really don't want that? That's where the word not comes in, because it will eliminate phrases. So if I say not sleep apnea, it will eliminate any articles that are about sleep apnea that are cluttering up my search. So as you can see, you can construct very complex searches using and, or not, and adding and removing your rows here. So that's an overview of advanced searching. Just as a reminder, if you need to access our databases from off campus, when it asks you for a username and password, you use your Blackboard username and password.